Unscripted.
Hey, we finally got some good news from Sony in regards to updates and exactly what these do, and this is really good stuff. You know, I think that it's a good time, and guess what? Go back to last week, and I said expect updates this week, and we'll get an idea of what they're going to exactly address and what they're going to fix and what they're going to be for. And boom, here I'm right again. Again, I don't expect anybody to go, hey, he was right, but you know, it is one of those things where obviously Sony was kind of apt to do something like this, and it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, we're going into the holidays, and people are getting more PlayStation 5s, more stock is coming available, so people are obviously going to be buying more PlayStation 5s and things like that. We actually got some new features as well, and I felt like this was really a cool time to do this and talk about this video, because obviously, you know, Sony is they're going all out. I gotta admit, you know, like, even if you're not a Sony fan, you have to admit that they seem to be going all out when it comes to adding features and just updating their platform. And this is what it's all about, folks. This is 101 right here when you're listening to fans. Okay, this is like fan service 101, and I really do think that you know, this is something that obviously is going to get a lot of people excited, and this is going to be something that obviously people are going to be talking about for a long time to come. And you know, it comes at the perfect time. This is literally the perfect time if you think about it, because clearly, you know, PlayStation 5 is a very hot item, and not only is PlayStation 5 a very hot item, but you know, you have people getting it for the holidays, getting it to give as a gift, are going to get one as a gift, and this is just something that obviously you know, is going to be very interesting to say the least. And I'm super excited to say, you know, that I wanted to do a video about it and kind of cover this stuff for you guys and girls out there. So maybe we should get started. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. You know, people ask how you can support such a small channel like mine. The best way to do it is simple. Like, it really goes a long way. It's free for you to do and means a lot to me personally. So thank you guys so much. It would be fantastic to continue getting your support and stuff like that. You know, like I said, a like, the easiest way, but you can also hit the bell so you're notified of all the content. I do at least one video a day. You can also choose to subscribe. You know, I really do appreciate that as well. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between. You are fantastic. Thank you so much. But anyway, let's get into this, shall we? So we got an update for the PlayStation 5. Software update brings improved system performance and fixes some things as well. Sony provided some new information on the PlayStation 5 system software update. The update addresses some connectivity issues, downloads, and text input issues. Now, this is something that a lot of people were talking about, so keep this in mind. You know, not everything is going to be fixed right here, but it is important to note that, you know, they are working on all this stuff. So in this particular instance, the system software update improved system performance, resolved an issue where data transfers and downloads were canceled when trying to download content while a data transfer from PS4 was in progress. Some issues that were causing errors during text input in PS4 games have been resolved, and the connection stability issue has been improved for some Wi-Fi routers. This is a 868.1 megabit big update, by the way, so there's a lot of different things, specific performance improvements and things like that. The new PlayStation 5 system software update is accompanied by a DualSense controller software update, just like for the new console system software update. We don't know what this update, and specifically for the controller, we're not sure what it does per se, but it is supposed to improve some times and things like that. So this is the second system software update released by Sony's new console so far, and they also introduced an unspecified system update performance last time as well. Clearly, this is something that Sony is going to continue to work on and continue to offer updates for as we kind of go along as well. Now, this is something that I thought was very interesting as well, because one of the updates that went for the PlayStation 4 update was actually to update some changes with the parties and messages and stuff like that. So that's something that people have to keep in mind, that Sony is going to continue to support the updates on that side as well. So that's going to be significantly important, just kind of going along with what we've seen so far. And again, Sony was very quickly to kind of point out that they're still working on you know, some of the problems that a lot of people were really having in terms of issues and crashes and stuff like that. So this is really smart for Sony to come out and say this and jump ahead of the big holiday rush. And again, expect more consoles to be coming in for launch, and obviously Sony want these to sort of take full advantage of being able to play these consoles. I mean, what else point is there to these consoles other than getting out there and being able to accomplish what they want to do with these things? So that's super important for everybody and for everything listed. And also there's all kinds of rumors surrounding what Sony might actually have in terms of in terms of what we're going to be able to see on this game in terms of the next generation stuff and stuff like that. So keep that in mind as we kind of go forward. And the Game Awards are coming up very quickly, and so even with the Game Awards coming up, we're going to be able to get into a situation where we might be able to see something in the Sony side of things that we haven't seen before, and that it's going to be, like a fantastic thing for everybody to kind of get an idea of exactly what we're going to be getting in the future. So there could be some surprises there. I know for a fact that Microsoft are teasing some surprises and things like that, and it looks like Sony is going to be kind of teasing some surprises as well. We could see something announced that we haven't seen before. There's tons of rumors out there, so I mean, I don't need to go over all of them again with you guys, but there's rumors that everything from a Metal Gear Solid remake by Bluepoint is being made to the Silent Hill reboot is being made to pretty much everything that you can think of has been kind of tied to Sony. Even Silent Hills is sort of being tied to what Sony is doing. So keep that in mind as well as we continue to go forward and see things come about from a different perspective pretty much each and every day. Again, these are fantastic things. As gamers, the games themselves are what we get most excited about, and we continue to see that we continue to see Sony kind of go out there and just kind of implement the things that the fans are asking for, and you can't really ask for much more than that, in my opinion. So very smart of Sony to do that. Very very cool to see Sony actually go out there and sort of kind of comment on this stuff. It even goes back to like people were concerned that stuff like Gran Turismo 7 might be a cross-gen game or something along those lines, and Sony has now kind of reiterated stuff like Forza Motorsport, or excuse me, Gran Turismo 7 this game's not going to release on the PS4, like regardless of what people think, it's just not going to happen. We also see some of the same things with like Ratchet and Clank. These games are going to be PlayStation 5 exclusive, and they're releasing on the PlayStation 5 but not the PlayStation 4. So very smart of Sony to kind of jump out in front of this stuff and get stuff kind of taken care of like this. And I think that this is exactly where Sony kind of excels, where Microsoft kind of doesn't. You know what I mean? Like Sony's out there kind of telling people exactly what's going to happen. Microsoft, on the other hand, like honestly, do they even have an idea of what they're doing at this point? Like most of the time, I don't think that they do. And so this is like a huge instance where we see sort of a strategic difference between what Microsoft and Sony are doing. And even more so is, like, I mentioned this on Twitter today, like, and I haven't been super active on Twitter lately, but for me, I just kind of went out there and was like, here's the thing, it's because Microsoft is promising surprises at the Game Awards, and I always tell people this now: temper your expectations when it comes to Microsoft, because you have to remember where this is coming from, right? They're saying, hey, we've got surprises, tune in to watch and see what we got. But then you have to keep in mind what Microsoft actually thinks, right? Like, this is a company that thinks that their 2020 first party lineup was like unprecedented, like the best thing ever. So again, we all have to kind of keep that in mind when we look at this kind of stuff, and we go, okay, well, we have to look at the source. Microsoft thinks that this was a great lineup that they had from the first party, like award-winning, best ever lineup, and at the same time, as most hardcore gamers, we probably look at it and go, what the heck did they even come out with this year? Because they didn't come out with a single AAA on their console. So, I think it really just kind of depends on what you think of like that. They're really heavy into Game Pass, so a surprise to them could be something like a AA or an indie releasing on, Game Pass day and date next year. Like, ooh, surprise! Like, for the average person, they really don't care about that, but for Microsoft, that's their bag. That's kind of what they like to talk about. That's that's kind of like what they're very much interested in. For me personally, temper expectations whenever it comes to Microsoft, because it's probably not going to be something very worthwhile or very interesting, because they're just not into like the whole aspect of gaming the way that Sony is, and that's pretty clear, or it should be clear by now, that this is something that a lot of people are starting to come to realize. Like, Sony does things completely different than Microsoft, and I think that's fine. They can both kind of coexist, but at the same time, we have to see a situation where Microsoft at some point is going to have to be able to get the content out there, and and hopefully that's something that obviously Microsoft can kind of fix and get worked out before it gets too far into next generation. I mean, we're already seeing that Halo Infinite is basically a year away still, and that's kind of like, they're one more delay away from going into 2022, which I think would be disastrous at this point. So always keeping your fingers crossed. I know I am, for some games to actually come out and to actually be decent on the Xbox side of things, but you never can tell. So I will link this and let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Problems are getting fixed on the PlayStation 5 as we speak. Thank you so much for watching. Rack 'em up. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.